What's up guys, welcome back from the Yugioh Pro Tool video. A new Dark Magician card was revealed earlier today, let's try it out. The card is called Faithful Servant. It's a quick play spell that on first sight I was like, this doesn't really seem that good. And okay, well, I'll get to that, but after testing I was like, or during testing I was like, nah, this card is bonkers. Jesus, this card is really good. It's basically like a searcher for the Dark Magician archetype, so any card or any Dark Magician or any card that lists like Dark Magician in its card text, you can put on the top of your deck. So it's like, well, basically you're stacking the top card of your deck, and on top of that its graveyard effect states that you can banish it from your graveyard. That's once per turn, by the way. You can banish it from your graveyard and then draw cards equal to the amount of different a Dark Magician Girl, or the Oracle cards. You know, I believe there are two. There is Mahat, Oracle Mahat, and Mana. Both of them are not in the main deck. I don't think you need to run them. It's cute with this new card, but you're just basically, I guess, adding in some extra bricks, which doesn't really feel that fantastic. And so basically, again, it stacks the top card of your deck. It searches basically like your entire deck. The fact that it's, you know, like first of all, like, okay, you can stack the top card of your deck, and there are so many other cards that can let you draw, like built in the deck. You're not forced to, let's say, run a Lure of Darkness or maybe Upstart Goblin. You can, but I don't have space for those. Same for Pot of Extravagance, not in the main deck, because, you know, it counters pretty much with your Magician's Souls, and yeah, of course, the extra deck, your Dragon of the Red Eyes, your like bonkers Dark Magician / Red Eyes fusion is just too good to give up. You might want to play that card at 3 as well in the extra deck. It's currently at 2, but again, like always, feel free to leave suggestions. But the new card is definitely fantastic. It's the activation requirement, the first effect, the quick play spell effect, well, activation effect, I guess, is not once per turn, so you can keep stacking like a card on the top of your deck for, you know, let's say you open with multiples of it, if I'm not mistaken. The second effect though is once per turn, so again, like one copy you can banish from the graveyard to draw up to like maybe 1, 2, or 3 cards, depending on how many different cards you're running in the main deck. A difference that I main deck here in comparison to my previous video is a second copy of the Predaplant Fusion. Basically is an extra follow-up play. If the opponent is able to get rid of the first one, just go for the second one, you know, as a potential follow-up play. Again, over the Cloth Thief. Cloth Thief definitely an option in the extra deck, but I kinda prefer the new Predaplant, since again, it's one of those cards that it's basically a built-in Foolish Burial effect with the Red Eyes Fusion and, well, I mentioned before, Red Eyes Fusion and Magician's Souls already have that built-in Foolish Burial effect to immediately send the Dark Magician from your deck to the graveyard to make that new Servant spell card live. Again, it counts our Dark Magician monsters, or a Dark Magician in your grave also counts as at least one draw. So again, fantastic support, right? But yeah, does this, well, and that's a big question, does this new card make Dark Magician like a tier 1 deck? Probably not. Again, the deck like has a lot of weaknesses still. Same for Magician's Souls. Again, it's very again, vulnerable to disruption. Let's say you know, like discard 2 or send 2 spell and traps from your side of the field or from your hand to the graveyard. You want to draw at least up to 1 or 2 cards, but then your opponent reveals like the Ash Blossom or the Impermanence, and then you're basically you basically lost, because, you know, like discarding 2, I believe, is cost, and yeah, if your opponent has Impermanence on your Magician's Souls, that's a problem. So that's like hard minusing yourself. So again, one of the biggest weaknesses of the deck still. So anyway, but this new card again definitely digs for your Magician's Circle or Soul, right? Your Monster Reborn, Call of the Haunted alike cards. So it kind of increases the consistency, if that makes sense. So that's something I definitely like about this new card. I believe I was able to stack the top card of my deck, being the Magician's Souls, and Magician's Souls again with that basically built-in Monster Reborn effect, reborning the Dark Magician you just sent to the graveyard to trigger Circle and go from there, right? Again, child's play, but it makes this deck much more fun. it's more consistent. So stacking the Magician's Rod, I think, and then, you know, like banish itself, because I was able to get like a Dark Magician in the graveyard, not really sure how. Yeah, indeed, thanks to Magician's Souls. So again, the synergy between between both these new cards is definitely fantastic. Phantasme, I played it at 3 in the first build, but I dropped it to 2, but it's also definitely one of those cards that you might want to just slap in at 3, being a dragon type next to Destrudo. I think one of the better dragons you can definitely main deck for your Red Eyes fusion, and drawing both, well, Phantasme and Destrudo isn't really that bad. Against Salmon great as well, but again, yeah, the fact that, and for whatever reason, right, is the new Red Eyes fusion, it cannot be targeted by card effects, right? So anyway, another Red Eyes fusions, immediately setting up a Dark Magician in the graveyard and then using your Servant again, stack the top card of your deck, and because you're having a Dark Magician in your graveyard, you can immediately banish it for the graveyard effect to draw 1 card. So again, basically an instant extra searcher for your Dark Magician archetype, and then depending if you already had Eternal Soul and or Dark Magic Circle, you'll be searching either one of those. Again, your combo pieces during your opponent's turn. It's basically playing, or lets you play, during your opponent's turn, right? And not to forget is that your Red Eyes fusion has that built-in ability to protect your, well, basically negate anything from your opponent with the small cost of discard a card. And let's not forget, it also has like a destruction effect, like a Volcasaurus effect, not to forget. So again, it's like a very insane card if you think about it. Anyway, so going second against Thunders, that's horrible. Like, Thunders is one of this deck's biggest weaknesses due to the, well, most obvious reason, right? You can't really search or add anything from your deck to your hand, and with those multiple search cards, that's definitely a problem. The biggest downside here of your Red Eyes Fusion card, if you're activating it directly from your hand, you cannot summon any monsters, so that's definitely a problem. So Ash Blossom again quite nukes this strategy, can't summon anything, and yeah. The Colossus, or Titan indeed, during the end phase to pop something, and again, this is just game over. Too many beat sticks eventually to attack for a game. So again, quite unfortunate. The opening hand is so crucial with basically any deck, but again, it feels so that, well, you're just so vulnerable to disruption. Again, as I mentioned before. Another test tool, Pendulums again going second. My opening hand is okay, having the Phantasme as an extra, you know, like draw maybe 1 or 2 cards, 2 probably, or maybe even 3 depending on which matchup, and then sending those dead cards from your hand back to the deck, and also being an extra monster facilitates the potential Predaplant Link summon, and let's not forget, you know, it's like a level 7 as well for the potential rank 7 Exceed play, so the card is fantastic, right? Very generic-like support for this deck. One problem though is playtesting against Pendulums. Well, you can't really playtest against Pendulums if you're going second and lack the, you know, the good hand trap to prevent Electromite from triggering or, you know, using its effect, and that's a problem. And yeah, my hand, it doesn't really matter here. I think how many negations there is going to, Burl Sword is eventually going to drop, and I think of course the Vortex will negate something. There is the Mythical Beast with the double monster negation, and the Endymion as well to negate a spell or trap, so multiple negations. So what can I do? I can scoop up, I guess. So this is probably one of the reasons why I I'm contemplating on adding in Nibiru in the main deck, but again, I need to find space, and there are definitely options to go second. Adding in a card like Mind Control is also something that I might want to try out. Facilitates a Predaplant Link summon, you know, like getting rid of your opponent's big beat sticks, and I'm looking at a Thunder Dragon matchup or Salamangreat, like, you know, their links, for example. So Mind Control for going second might also be important. But yeah, the deck definitely needs work with this new card. Your Faithful Servant is like a superb card, fantastic searcher for the deck. It's a quick play as well, so you know, could potentially chain it to your opponent's card's effects, prevent the Titan from resolving, you know, because of the disruption. So directly search it. The deck, or at least Dark Magician in general, definitely needed this kind of card to immediately, well, you know, like with some small beneficial or extra plays, but indirectly searching your Dark Magic Circle and or Soul, it again, it's a fantastic card, and, you know, being able to go for a Rot eventually as well, getting an extra monster on the field, facilitating the Link summon. This card is so good. Okay, guys, again, like always, feel free to leave suggestions if you have any things like, you know, you'd want to change or whatever here in the build. Feel free to leave them down below. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a comment or a like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.